Welcome to Moreno Valley College's virtual Welcome Day. My name is Jennifer Flarkey, and I teach communication studies at the college, as well as I'm currently serving as the Academic Senate President. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about how to be successful in your classes coming into Moreno Valley College, and focus a little bit on communication, naturally, since that is my field of study. A little bit about planning, and then also community. So communication is going to be key. It's really important in a face-to-face class, but particularly important in an online class. So my suggestions to you are to download the Canvas app. It's incredibly helpful. It helps to keep you abreast of all of the announcements. When an announcement by a teacher is posted, or if you get an email from one of your professors, something like that, it'll pop up on your phone, which might be something you can respond to right away on your phone, or it alerts you to go sit down at your laptop, tablet, desktop, whatever you have. It can really help you manage the communication with your instructor, and also help you stay on track with your class. Additionally, I encourage you to check your student email regularly. This is how the college is going to inform you about upcoming events or resources that are available to you, deadlines, workshops to prepare for things like applying to transfer, work resumes, things like that. So always check your student emails. We're adding more and more resources for students as the semester goes on, so please stay on top of your student email. And another communication piece is checking the website. So the Moreno Valley College website has a tab for students. It has information on clubs and resources on campus. The student handbook is incredibly valuable. There's a PDF version of that. Reading through that is really key. It also has tips on how to be successful in college and things like that. So please check that out. And secondly, the planning component. It's always important to stay on top of the expectations of each course. If you're new to college for the very first time, it can be really hard to juggle the various teaching styles and platforms for different professors, and the subject matter might be widely different. So you might be in chemistry and art and public speaking and I don't know, statistics or college algebra. All of those classes may be designed quite differently. So what are the expectations of each course? This is incredibly important when you are starting off. So face-to-face, I usually go over my syllabus, spend the whole first day of class answering questions, hitting on key points, emphasizing deadlines, letting them know like my style and how it's going to work, and we all get kind of a feel for that. In an online environment, that can be much harder to do. So one of the first things you should find out, aside from just looking at what is this course going to entail, what are the outcomes, what are the assignments, how do I schedule my time, is you need to find out if that class is going to be taught synchronous or asynchronously. So those terms might be unfamiliar to you, but what they're referring to is synchronous is real time during the time the class was scheduled. So let's say I have a class that in the schedule says 9:35 to 11, Mondays and Wednesdays. Synchronous teaching would mean that during maybe not every single Monday and Wednesday during that time, but some Mondays or most Mondays or all Wednesdays, we would need to meet during that time slot and have a live interactive sort of lecture experience, or not necessarily lecture, but classroom experience. That's synchronous teaching. The asynchronous model is where you maybe meet with your professor, but it's in designated office times, like that are a little bit more like you might experience in a face-to-face office time, that it's scheduled between the two of you, and maybe it's just a few of you or just one-on-one. There's more availability. So let's say in my class, you would post a video or you would respond to a discussion board, but it doesn't have to be between 9:30 and 11. So some classes have both, some are totally synchronous, some are asynchronous. That's going to be an important thing for you to ask your professor about if it isn't posted on the forefront of their Canvas page or in their syllabus. Because you have work schedules, you have personal obligations, you need to know that right away. What are those expectations? Create a schedule for yourself. Don't wait to the last minute, because you're going to have to be using possibly new technologies. So even if you're familiar with Canvas and you feel like the app is good that I mentioned before, there's internal apps embedded in Canvas that professors can use to help with things that make their class very unique. So, I use different video apps because I teach public speaking or interpersonal communication, but there might be something different that your math professor or your science professor, your art professor, they might be using different apps. And so really learning the technology, there's tutorials for these. There's like a left bar on the left that has student tutorials. Ask your instructor. Ask them if you can test the technology, if there's a way to do that. But that's really like, we want you to get to a place where the technology isn't the thing you learn in the semester. The course content is the thing you learn, and the technology are just the tools to best give you the course content. We're figuring that out, you're figuring that out. So again, that communication piece is going to be key with you and your professor. The resources are available online. Planning that out. Do I need to see a tutor? Do I need to go to the writing center? We have those services virtually for students. So recognizing that early, planning that into your schedule, committing to it, getting the help you need is going to be vital. And then lastly is community. We're a community college and we want to build a community for our students. And it's harder in a virtual environment. So there's a couple things that I suggest you could do to get involved. And the first is to try to build community in your classroom. And again, this might depend on the course. Some professors build this into their class already. They might have a discussion board where students can meet and schedule virtual study sessions, for example, or they'll assign group projects and connect students. Other courses maybe not, and you can ask for that. You can ask an instructor, hey, I'm interested in a study group. I think I need a little bit of help in the class. Do you mind, is there something on Canvas you can do to kind of initiate this? Are there other students who have reached out to you who are also looking for study partners? So those kind of things can be really helpful. And sometimes your professors don't know that you're seeking that, and it just didn't occur to us maybe to build that into the class. So ask us and we'll help you get there. There's also clubs are, now that people are kind of settling into like online, and what does that mean for student life? A lot of clubs are planning virtual events. The college is planning virtual events. Again, check the banner ad, or the banner, not ads, I guess, the banner announcements on our website, and you can hear about upcoming events. Check that student email. Contact student government, see if you can get involved. So again, taking that initiative and seeking it out if you don't see something that's available already, but you want to do. And just try to build that community in any way that you can, and let people know what you seek. I know sometimes we don't fully know that, right? But I do miss seeing my colleagues and my students as well. And so I'm still working on creative ways to do that. So if you have ideas, you should bring that to your professors and your classmates, your counselors, other people you interact with on the campus, because we all want the same thing. We're interested in those ideas. So again, stay informed through communication. Reach out, ask questions, learn the technology. Is your class synchronous, asynchronous? read through the syllabi, familiarize yourself with Canvas. Each shell might look slightly different, and then seek ways and take advantage of ways to build community with your classmates. And have a great rest of the welcome day, and I hope to see you in person soon.